Sawasdee. Thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief on NBT and NBT World. Yormi Surapan Lautharanarit. And we begin with the aftermath of the deadly train bus collision in Bangkok, as Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul orders maximum compensation and support for victims and their families, while forensic teams work to identify all of the deceased by Tuesday. Prime Minister and Interior Minister Anutin Charnvirakul visited injured victims at Chameleon Hospital and held an urgent meeting with relevant agencies following the train bus collision in Bangkok. The Prime Minister instructed the State Railway of Thailand and the Bangkok Mass Transit Authority to provide the highest possible compensation and assistance to both the injured and families of the deceased. He also stressed the importance of long-term physical and psychological rehabilitation for survivors affected by the incident. On measures to prevent similar accidents, Prime Minister Anutin said a full investigation into this case is necessary, adding that efforts must be made to reduce the number of railway crossings to improve safety.
ผมได้ให้แนวทางกับทั้งอสมกแล้วก็การรถไฟแห่งประเทศไทยว่าทั้งผู้บาดเจ็บและผู้เสียชีวิตเนี่ยนะครับ ต้องเผชิญเหตุเหล่านี้นะครับก็เกิดจากการใช้บริการสาธารณะของรัฐเพราะฉะนั้นตรงนี้ทั้งสองหน่วยงานจะต้องให้การเยียวยาและดูแลนะครับทั้งสองกรณีอย่างเต็มที่ผมเชื่อว่ามันเป็นสิ่งที่ไม่มีใครอยากให้เกิดขึ้นนะครับณขณะนี้เราก็ต้องให้เขามีกำลังใจที่จะฟื้นฟูสภาพร่างกายให้กลับมาก่อนส่วนเรื่องคดีต่างๆมันก็เป็นไปตามกฎหมายอยู่แล้ว
Meanwhile, Police Major General Wirun Supasing Siriprisha, commander of the Institute of Forensic Medicine, says forensic examinations procedures have been completed, but DNA testing remains necessary to identify the victims. So far, family members from 4 families have already provided DNA samples, and authorities say relatives can continue submitting samples daily as the identification process moves forward. Officials are aiming to confirm the identities of all victims by Tuesday. With Bangkok's gubernatorial election scheduled for next month, Governor CHADCHART says he will resign tomorrow ahead of his bid for a second term as an independent candidate, though officials say the planned election date is unlikely to change. Bangkok Governor CHADCHART says his resignation is mainly due to an overseas trip to attend his son's graduation ceremony, adding that stepping down before the end of his term would help avoid legal or administrative complications during the upcoming election campaign. With his current term due to expire on May 21st, the governor says resigning earlier will allow him to clearly declare his candidacy for a second term, while avoiding concerns over official duties during campaigning. Governor CHADCHART also confirmed he will continue to run as an independent candidate without party affiliation. The Bangkok governor race is now beginning to take shape, with several candidates already announced by political parties. The People's Party has named Mr. Chaiwat Sathawon Wichit as its candidate, while the Democrat Party recently introduced former Bangkok MP and former government spokesperson Anucha Burapachaisri. Meanwhile, Bangkok Election Director Sampan Sangkamlerth says regulations require a new election within 60 days if a governor resigns, while the next Bangkok gubernatorial election is already scheduled for June 28th. During the transition period, the Bangkok Permanent Secretary will serve as acting governor, while elections for both the governor and Bangkok Council members will be held together under a combined budget of around 290 million baht. In a push toward a high-income economy, the Thai government is accelerating medical innovation efforts by transforming university research into commercial opportunities and expanding health technology development. Deputy Government Spokesperson Captain Patdarat Thong Saloikorn says the government aims to move Thailand toward high-income nation status by using science, technology and innovation as key economic drivers. Deputy Prime Minister and Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation Minister Yotchanan Wongsawatt says the government plans to promote university holding companies and joint investment funds to support commercialization of research and innovation, while also creating community-level innovation spaces to help local entrepreneurs and small businesses access new technologies and generate income. The government is capitalizing on Thailand's potential to become a global leader in healthcare and medical innovation through the development of AI-driven healthcare systems, Thai herbal-based cosmeceuticals, rehabilitation devices, and advanced medical technologies. The strategy is aimed at strengthening long-term competitiveness, improving healthcare security, and positioning Thailand as an international hub for health and medical innovation. The Director General of UNESCO is on an official visit to Thailand to strengthen cooperation on cultural heritage while viewing priceless Thai artifacts at the Bangkok National Museum. Culture Minister Sabida Thaiset welcomed UNESCO Director General Khaled Al-Anani during an official visit focused on expanding cooperation in cultural heritage preservation and museum development. The delegation toured the Bangkok National Museum, beginning with the Mahasurasinghanath building, which houses important artifacts from Thailand's UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The collection includes artifacts from the Ban Chiang Archaeological Site and the Sitep Historical Park, as well as cultural objects recently returned to Thailand from overseas. The UNESCO chief also visited the Royal Funeral Chariot Hall, which reflects Thailand's royal traditions, artistic heritage, and religious beliefs. During the visit, both sides exchanged views on museum management, artifact preservation, and ways to strengthen development of museum personnel. Discussions also focused on using cultural heritage tourism to help create economic opportunities while preserving Thailand's historical identity. Today marks the 34th anniversary of the Black May uprising as politicians, activists, and families of victims gathered to honor those killed in the May 1992 political violence. A remembrance ceremony was held at the Prusapa Prachatham Memorial in Bangkok to commemorate the victims of the 1992 crackdown, widely known as Black May. Minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Supamat Isarapakdi, joined political representatives, activists, and relatives of victims in laying wreaths and paying tribute to those who lost their lives during the unrest. Minister Supamat described the events of May 1992 as a defining chapter in Thailand's political history that reflected the people's commitment to democracy and the rule of law. She stressed that differing political opinions are part of the democratic process and said the government remains committed to resolving conflicts peacefully through dialogue and reconciliation.
การที่ความคิดเห็นมีความเห็นต่างเป็นคันลองของระบอบประชาธิปไตยแต่สิ่งที่สำคัญคือการแสวงหาทางออกร่วมกันโดยสันติวิธีบนพื้นฐานของเหตุผลความเข้าใจและการรับฟังซึ่งกันและกันเหตุการณ์พฤษภาคมจะยังคงเตือนใจพวกเราทุกคนให้ร่วมกันรักษาบรรยากาศแห่งสันติภาพเคารพความเห็นต่างและร่วมกันสร้างสังคมที่เป็นธรรมและประชาธิปไตยที่เข้มแข็งสำหรับคนรุ่นต่อไป
Meanwhile, Mr. Parinya Thewa Narumitgun, chairman of the Prusapa Prachatham Foundation, said the 1992 events paved the way for Thailand's 1997 People's Constitution. He called on lawmakers currently debating constitutional amendments to use the 1997 Charter as a foundation, saying a truly people-driven constitution could help prevent future political violence. And that is it for this edition of NBT World Brief. You can stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, you can simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Thank you for watching. สวัสดีครับ